Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. Nice one. Stella Wish, hello. Sibadav, hello. Laura, hello. Multiple passports with the turtles. Yes, yes, yes. Slow and steady today. Yeah, you're right at the start. Exactly. Daniel, hello. We are buffing up our boys today. Seriously buffing up. I thought you might like this one, Dan. Something told me you'd be up for this one. Darren, hello. Play the nest ball now, knowing I'm area zeroing next turn. Probably. No, I keep it open, right? Might need it for Lati. Not bad. Darren, how's it going? I certainly will be looking at the list throughout, don't you worry. Jake, thank you for the happy anniversary message. Yes, yes. Turns out this is an anniversary of some description. These are my first games with it, yeah. I literally played one game before I went live, and that is all. With no turn 1 energy drop, I can't Gust KO Curlier, right? My acceleration is just Crispin and Trumpets. Do I have a... And I don't play... Vessel, so I can't like Vessel, Ultra Ball, Trumpet, Boss, which would be my 4-piece combo. So I think I just have to take Crisp, take the 1 as it lies, and accept it. At least I'm getting rid of a Bravery Charm Bouff, like Drifloon. That's a pretty good deal. Morris, hello. Find space for the pawns? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see. Definitely want to get Dark Energy in circulation, right? Because that's pretty important. I'm playing like this. Hold the owl. Beef Turtle is a good Terabox. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why it's a decent contender right now. It's one of the few decks that's annoying for Terabox. Terabox doesn't really have any efficient attackers into this deck when you're Bravery Charm and boofing up. Prizing eSearch Pro with your Dengo testing textbook. the Water Ogerpon is an interesting consideration for sure. Rob, you like Tank? Yep. TANKapagos. Elixir, Cape and Monkeys. Textbook. Rare Omnipoke stream. They're getting common again, my friend. They're back. They're so back. You just have to look. If you missed any of my recent streams, they're all on the live section on YouTube. They're all public. If you want to see more post-row stuff. Is there a tech for walls? We are playing fighting a Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon at the moment. Yes, Cornerstone is the guy. They've spent both their bravery charms. They got to 300 though. No supporter, but they got Blender. Pretty good. Bouff was certainly mentioned. I think I have to sack a Bouff here, don't I? Get rid of Owl Bouff. So I can attack with Fan Rotom into this. Kind of a scary position, honestly. Let's take our cards. It's nice to draw an energy here. That's pretty good. My concern is they're going to be... Well, I guess the good news is that they've spent 2 Bravery Charms. So I don't think, like, Screamtail game is that common for them. I also think it's hard for them, even with a Fez next turn, to get, like, Monkey-attached boss KO. So even though their turn was pretty wild for a no-supporter hand, I still feel like we're in a decent spot. I don't really want to play a supporter from this hand, do I? Certainly don't want a boss, certainly don't want an Iono. I could crisp in this turn just to have something to do. And it gives me E-switch lines later. Yeah, that's probably what I gotta do. Probably gotta play crisp. And take, like, Cyclone to hand or something. We can't KO Guardy. We're not a high damage output deck. That's one of the few flaws that we do have with the deck. Is that we're not a big bopper too often. We can do some, like, of our own Monkey Dory shenanigans, maybe, that can help us get there. I already have the Stretcher for Owl, and I have Ultra Ball for Owl, so the Owls are all good. Maybe it's just Nest for another Hooter. Again, I definitely want Dark Energy in the mix so that I can be E-switch monkeying stuff. Second Hoot down just to play around a random Screamtail, take 1. Yeah, I think that's fine. Hoot and Hoot. My hope is that they do like a 190 damage Screamtail KO next turn. They like promote Guardy, put 2 energy on it, make a monkey, retreat it, swing with Screamtail for 160 and 90 pop one of these and I can Bravery Charm. That would be really good for me. Like they've spent a lot of their upfront damage with double charm gone. I think that's the only thing keeping me in this game right now. Like, Drifloom's 180 right now. I'm only afraid if they can go Monkey Dory Dark Boss. Countercatcher's not live. Mew's not scary. Winnie, how's it going? Mike as well, thanks for the follow. I missed you earlier. A tanky arch with labs and the tool. I think the it's not goggles, what's it called? Rigid band? The rigid band is interesting in arch. Yeah. Like an arch deck with Dedunce rather than poison package with the reduction tool does seem interesting. You're right, Joseph. Charmed turtles are pretty big, yeah. They're pretty large. Last time I checked. Okay, they're basically doing the play I expected, which is going to be Screamtail puts probably Fez to 190, you would imagine. And then they just get railroaded by a Turo, right? I can E-switch Monkey Dory, finish off one of these attackers, and then punch something else. Yeah, the partnerversary is nice. Didn't even realize it was today, but hey. Happy coincidences. This is literally exactly what I expected. I guess we were just lucky that we hit a owl. I think I need to save my boss as well, right? Oh no, do I need to play the boss this turn? Interesting. Because I'm gonna take the one on this, then he can promote Guardy and tank. Can I please... Jesus. How do I want to do this? Do I want to play my boss now, and then next turn he's going to Guardy anyway? It forced him to Guardy attack. Oh no, I punch the Guardy and then he can't. Do we like using Turo or Cyclone on the Fez? Or do I just Bravery Charm it up and monkey him? I really want to open up an owl again for me next turn, right? So that's the big thing. So I have the E-switch, I take the nest. And the floating card is probably Turo. But it might just... Might be Bravery Charm and just keep Turo open for me. And I spend the boss this turn, just take out the Drifloon. Then what does he do? He has to punch with Guardian, that's terrible. Let's see if we get boss from prizes. Nope. Okay. He has to go Guardy here, does he not? I haven't played a supporter yet, so it's pretty terrifying to go into... Yeah. And I think I just take the Drifloon. The only issue with this line is that I've lost like all my draw. Was there a way I could have done that smarter with using Cyclone? Maybe, I don't know. Play a Noctowl deck or have your own engine? Yeah, definitely. It's silver borders only out here. Cubing this Friday for the first time. Any tips for a beginner? Already listened to the Uncommon Energy app. That's genius. Generally in Chaos. So Chaos goes differently to a normal draft. In that normally my advice is that I will always take consistency cards that I know will make it into my deck and be good. Whereas in Chaos, you're encouraged to gamble on the higher priority evolution lines. Because the payoff of gambling and making the most powerful deck is by hitting some of those lines. So I think you are genuinely encouraged to gamble a bit. Let's go gambling. So that's fun. So I think it's a combination of picking optimistically lines. Oh, and also, like, you have to just draft open. There's no way you can't draft open. Because you have no expectation of what you're going to end up with. So sometimes you can think, oh, do I really need this extra consistency card? I've already got half of this, half of that, and definitely one of them will come my way. That's not always the case. So, like, having a critical mass of cards that you know will draw you cards is always good. And Iono to 2 angle is pretty rough, but I feel like we have to because they don't draw cards anymore either. Why am I saying I'm going to Iono? Multiple doesn't get me anything, right? Why did I say Iono? Oh, because I was like saying I was going to do anything good here. Yeah. I'm terrified about what Publey is about to write. Just me. What rhymes with snore? Yeah, so I was thinking core. Oh, he's doing store. He's doing store. He's done it again. He's done it again. I currently do have Blood Moon in the list. It's just a good card is good, rather than like a amazing criteria for why it's here. So far, is Tanky Turtle good? It is, but I think I misplayed this game by just leaving myself dead on board. I feel like a Mew EX could be better than a Blood Moon, honestly. We're just dead in the water now, right? Panel testing Mamoswine? Yeah, we'll get around to it. Too much recovery and switch outs is tricky to figure. Yeah, one of the first things I wanted in the list was a Penny. Especially when I wanted to put a Blood Moon in. So, like, you have Cyclone, Turo, and Penny. But then I had to cut it because I couldn't think of anything I want to remove. Actually, the first thing I did was go back up to 4 Ultra Ball because you're capping if you're not playing 4 Ball in addition to 1 Poffin. Because Ultra Ball is the juice. But maybe that makes me want to play Mew EX even more. Omnipoke was already taken on Twitch, yes. Do not search Omnipole, please. Cooked. My fault, though. That's definitely my fault. That's not the deck. What I am going to do is quickly change Blood Moon for Mew and see if it changes much, though. Because the amount that I've lent into the Mew EX plus Fez as a security blanket against, or whenever I play Terapagos is like... It's the only way I can feel safe these days, so I'm going to quickly change that, and then we'll see how much we yearn for Blood Moon as a thought experiment. How does that sound? Have to remember I'm still just starting the deck, so... Kieran. Kieran's interesting. You like controlling liabilities? That's true. Maybe I'm thinking too much like Terapagos in that I make the game 4 turns, whereas this deck's relishing the fact that you're making it longer. Do we yearn for Waterpon? I mean, in that game, we would have won on the spot if we played Waterpon, right? Oh no, that's not true, because we're going to play Cyclone over Crystal. This is why you play the 9 Ball Search cards and pray. 11 outs to fan. Oh, you hate to see it. Shall I just... I was up in arms about the Donkey Kong redesign. I really like it. The game looked sick. I was really happy with the direct. The Cyclone was a waste because I couldn't use it. It's not that I couldn't use it, it's that I chose not to use it, which is, I guess, semantically different. But I also think I should have weaved it in. I feel like if I had weaved it in, I probably would have won that last game, so... They didn't announce the price for the Switch? I guess that's true. I take a shut up and take my money approach to Nintendo consoles, though. How am I feeling about Guardi in this early Dragapult heavy meta? Sounds like a loaded question, but all I'll say is that internally Guardi feels like hell compared to old Guardi. There are games where it feels just like old times, and there are games where you're just screeching like a banshee looking at your hand like, how did it get to this? They did give me Fan Rotom, but a turn late. Now I have to go one hoot at a time. Twit woo. Gangsters, how's it going? Smith's Toys already sold out. Lovely. There's no heavy ball, but is it insane to play 2 Bouff instead of 3? I think the upside of playing 3 is that it's literally the opening hand sim, so that when you're doing your Fan Rotom, you can go Hoot Knocked plus only 1 Bouff, because you never want to have to Rotom double Bouff, right? Because you always need it for more important stuff, unless your hand's just cracked. So you actually just want to play this card to see it more often. It's not because you don't play Heavy Ball that you play 3. It just improves your turn 1 hands. Because a big part of the reason why you need Bouff is that turn 1 against Terapagos, to stop them taking 2 KOs with a Water Ogre, you need to have Curly Wall protecting your little critters, so they're big critters. You turn your Hoot Hoots into 130 hit point beasts. So you really need the Curly Wall established in some matchups pretty freaking early. This isn't just Turtle Protect. This is Owl Protect. This is Ladder, yes. The list is playing 1 Poffin. I suppose you could reverse engineer that argument and say 2 Bouff, 2 Poffin is better. But then you come into the semantics of pricing. Golden Go is the best for you so far? Hmm. They are on that on your marks, get set kind of mindset right now. I'm losing to Larry's skill. Larry's skill issue. Golden Go with Monkey. Need some preset damage. What's better out of Vengeful Punch and that terrible stadium? They both sound abysmal. At least Vengeful Punch, you're playing an Arven build, right? So you can search for Vengeful. It does sound really quite pants, though. But maybe that's your answer. H-Bomb, thanks for following. Jack, hello. Bonnet. I mean, it's bad, but... Okay, I have items. Just in time for me to top deck. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Oh no. No, that's not what I was clicking. The Badoo math. We wanted to be Itchy Pollen for 2 turns. That's my secret. Why didn't he promote Mimikyu? He's got big plans. I don't know. I'll be honest, I have no idea. I had a couple of ways of doing it. Like, I could have, instead of the Poffin, I could have done, like, Bravery Charm, put second Bouff down, maybe? I don't know. What's better there? I don't know. Thank you, everyone, for the congrats. Thanks for sticking around and watching. I mean, this is basically... all of this game is null and void, right? Because they flubbed. Monkey Dory is also strange in this deck. It's like a, oh, everything's gone right kind of card a lot of the time. Want to play 1/01 Pidgeot? Is it possible? I mean, it's possible. It's about what you have to give up, is the question, right? There are trade-offs. There are always trade-offs. So I'm just thinking whether it's worth me taking out this Drifloon now, or if I just take the one with another one prizer here. It's all about the monkey math, right? I'm losing out so much monkey math if I keep having to freaking prod with these boys. I think, honestly, it might be better for me to boss this turn. Boss, E-switch, Cyclone, Owl, get Night Stretcher, and just take out the Drifloon and be Chunk. Especially because Mimikyu's at 30, right? So I feel like I have to do that. How is Bouff? It's okay. I'm still learning it, so we're figuring out all the tricks of the trade. Ah, can I do it with Trumpets? Trumpet's smarter, right? Trumpet the 1, then E-switch. Or do I save Trumpet? Probably save it, honestly. There's nothing good to Night Stretcher yet, and I have 2 in the deck anyway. I'm taking energy off a Monkey Dory, which is the only sus part, but I have to do that either way, right? The Bravery Charms are a finite resource that I'd rather get rid of. I haven't yet tried the list with Prime Catcher. It's certainly an interesting choice, though. Like, Prime Catcher's been good in Terapagos in the past. I could see it being solid. Are there any other big core differences? This is definitely more impressive than Zoroark. Yeah, like, this is top tier contender potential, purely because I feel like it can fight Terabox, which I think is currently the best deck in the game. So a deck that can play well into Terabox immediately, like, pole vaults it up the tier list to, like, probably an A tier contender at least, and then it's how it can fight the rest of the field. I feel like there is the Achilles heel of, like, Monkey Dory not always being there for you, and your damage cap being kind of mid. Is the E-switch just to switch off damage Pagos before you pick it up? So we have a Trumpet, we have Crispin, and we have Monkey Dory, right? So there's like... That's already a few reasons to have E-switch in the deck. But yeah, sometimes you can pick up your turtle E-switch first, obviously. So it's just a flexible card in the deck. We're playing 2 monkeys, so there's a world where you go monkey, switch, monkey, right? Well, guess who's back? Drifloon Bravery Charm. I didn't just get partnered, no. It's an anniversary of us being a Twitch partner. They only have 4 energy with Drifloon. What are my thoughts on Prime or Max Belts over Cyclone? So honestly, I don't have much authority on the deck just yet. I'm only just starting to test it. This wasn't something I had built before the set came out. I was aware of it, but hadn't played it. Like, I'd seen it later on in the City Leagues do well, but hadn't built it or played it myself. And this is also like a reaction to the meta, right? In that Curly Wall is just one of the best protections for your big bloke, but also for your little hooters to stay healthy against the Wellspring. So I feel like this is like a context meta, like this emerged from the meta later on. So I haven't had the reps in yet, but I do think the A-Spec is definitely like one of the key things that we can experiment with. So I priced a Crisp, which is kind of rough. I'm only playing 2 Crisp. So I can Trumpet... Oh no, I can't Trumpet. I can boss and take another 1, I suppose. And kick the can down the line. It does the same thing as last time, though, in that I have no floating owls. And I'm going down to 2. Turo Nest Ball for Fan E-Switch. And spend the Stretcher in hand. I Turo Active. Yeah, I'm thinking about keeping this boss around because I want to... Like, boss Fez is probably my easiest line, so I need to not let them put Fez down, ideally. I have Night Stretcher, Turo, Nest Ball, so I can Nest Ball out Fan Rotom if I Turo up. Turo here. Nest Ball, E-Switch. Oh, I could have done it all in held as well. That's so frustrating. I'm going to do this. Yeah, ran out of time. Okay, I'm figuring it out. Slowly. This was, yeah, I should have just Turoed a Noctowl, kept a Hoothoot open. I could do it all from this hand, actually. Yeah. Pretty rough. Like I said, this is a learn together stream, as always. Bouff, hello. You can see why I only play the boring decks. My brain is too small. Yeah, man, I could have done that all from the hand. I lacked the imagination. Cannoli, you were totally right. Yeah. You had the right line. Boring decks like no Dialga Arch. Didn't you hear? Dialga rotated, bro. Deck doesn't need Cornerstone. I mean, Cornerstone is still nice for, like, buffed up Mimikyus, right? Because even against, like, Feraligatr, they can go Cape Mimikyu and have, like, Monkey. So if you're just trying to use Fan Rotom, you're not going to beat that. Wheel, thanks so much for following, for subbing. Appreciate you. That's great. Your deck's just terrible if you didn't play Dialga when you could. Like, actively trolling. Played Monkey. I mean, it's never going to be better than Dialga. Trust me, I put in the time with that deck for EUIC. Does this run one hops cram? No, but that's an interesting concept. I like where your head's at. How does this feel in comparison to Terabox? I mean, it feels pretty alien to me right now in that Terabox is, like, tough, but the logic is so simple with Terabox. The logic is, you can sculpt away to 2 prizes every single turn with this deck. Let me find out how via Jewel Seeker. This deck has to feel a lot more comfortable being like, I'll just take 1 here and hope my board is annoying. You know? So, like, it's very different. And both the last 2 games I've had against Guardy just now, I've left myself Jewel Seekerless, which is just, like, such a chump maneuver that I'm probably going to make it look bad again here, but yeah. This deck doesn't, like, win on the spot like Terabox sometimes can, because you're much more limited in what you can do. But you're, like, also putting your opponent in that really strange position in a lot of games. Like, you're making their cards worse by being big dumb dudes. He's setting up my turtle. And he's blasting off again. Dialga Chomp Locks Chomp is a very good analogy for those who have been around long enough. That's 3rd Bravery Charm, so I have to be able to knock out this and then be in a bad spot, right? Yeah, Terabox being the Lux and this being the Dialga Chomp. Did I say it wrong? Crispin is wild, isn't it? It's not even that strong of an effect, it's just the context of the format, it's crazy. Starting over post Lugia. Running Ludicolo? Haven't considered it. Smashed it with Clawf last night. How are you still bidding Clawf without double turbos? The basics are for random Ogapong, Monkey, Latias attacks, right? You mean why is it Dark Psychic and Fighting? Yeah, Fighting's for Cornerstone, Psychic is for Lily's Clefairy. Haven't yet built with Pidgeot. I can see the logic though, especially at times like this where I front load all my Jewel Seekers and then I think, well, I could really do with something else here. Gonna disagree and say that Crispin is a powerful effect. I mean, I think objectively it's really not. Like, for many years, like, many years now, we've seen comparable item cards that can be a +1 energy attachment. So it's definitely not a powerful effect. It's just that it's unilateral. Golden goes to debt for you. Don't trust yourself to pilot Owl optimally. I completely accept that. Kind of like the idea of this deck with Crown Opal energy instead of current config. Crown Opal's energies are still fine as well. I think you can cut down. Like, I'm playing 2 Fighting, 3 Psychic, 3 Dark. You could easily go to 2-2-1 and then play the Grass, Lightning, Water if you want to. Dango Pulse seems like opening hands are butts. I've had some really shocking hands with that deck as well. The only thing I would say is that choose to go second and just pray for that TM Evo, that sweet TM Evo. Playing Jet Energy, you like it in Turtle decks? Mirage Gate is better Crispin on an item, that's true. Like, even all the other supporter iterations, I was thinking about this the other day, that like almost every single supporter that has +1'd an energy has been a stronger effect than get another energy to your hand. It's like almost always draw 3 or at least draw 2 or yeah, like all this other stuff. It's only ever been like a lesser sparkle, and even that was a get 2 energy out of the deck. Like, Crispin is objectively a pretty awful supporter. But the context of the format really is making it phenomenal. And that's good card design. Wall's a better play for an IRL tournament than on live. Feels like people are trying just random jank. Whereas for tournaments, people are more likely to have coverage on the top decks. I mean, you know the answer for Walls, right? Walls is, when it's in the collective consciousness, it's a bad play. When it's just out of the collective consciousness, it's a great play, right? That's been the case for many years. I don't think it's a live versus IRL debate, really. Well, I'm glad we have MuEX on the list right now. Mateta's been subbed off before 60 minutes, and Palace are losing. Phenomenal. It's just phenomenal all round. It's just wonderful. Do I promote the Noctowl? We'll definitely give them something to think about like this. They can KO the Noctowl, but that's not bad for me, right? I want them. I basically just want them to ignore the Hoot Hoot. Ignore my little Hoot Hoot right here. And we win, right? I just want to scare the bejesus out of him. Well, that's one for the MuEX believers. Can you possibly moneyball a deck into a tournament win? I love where your head's at, Ryan. I'd like more of a... I'd like you to be... articulate on the idea. What do you think moneyballing into a deck... or a deck into a win... How does that go in your mind? Do you mean like a collection of underrated cards coming together? Or like an underrated strategy coming together? Or do you mean like... purely using the data set unbiasedly to make a tournament win? Like I want to know what you mean by that definition. Thank you guys. You've seen me masterfully bait live. Unbiased data. Of course you can moneyball a tournament win that way. It's part of the reason why I always encourage documenting your data is taking out your own personal bias. And just going off of your results. Because that context is really, really important. Like, someone could have a much higher win rate with Terapagos than you because they played for an extra 5 years and know exactly how to play it perfectly. So even if it's a better deck for their spreadsheet, it's a worse deck in yours. And, like, your Raging Bolt win rate is higher, you know? So, like, your own spreadsheet should always be the right approach. The biases of the game really come down to decks you enjoy or decks you'll play for longer. Because it will keep your attention span. Like, that's the bias. just an example, Jack. Don't get stroppy about it. I'm certain there's someone out there will have a higher win rate with that deck than Terapagos. I'm certain of it. What's a good play going into Atlanta? How long do we have till Atlanta now? We have 10 days? 9 days? Yeah, I mean, the best decks are Terapagos, Dragapult. I think this deck is pretty good. Arch is pretty good. Dengo is pretty good. I think Fraligator's pretty good as well. Those are my top decks right now. I would definitely prefer playing Fraligator than Wallstall. Hot take Enzora's going to make a splash. I'd love to see it. The one thing about Enzorowak is that I'm so addicted to playing Noctowl that I find it hard trying to discard a card and draw 2 when I could be searching any 2 cards I want out of my deck. That's the bit that I'm finding pretty tough. What do I want here? Shrug. Let's get the owls. What's the best Archaladon? I think Poison and Dunce both have their merits. I think my favorite Golden Go is the Dunce. I know the Dunce is kind of bad, but it's also the kind of best thing we have, so... Don't trust her. If you want to watch the full stream, you can go back to the YouTube channel later on the live tab. You'll see the whole thing. It'll be uploaded. I'll show the list after the game, yeah. TM Devo seems to be cracked against Evo decks with Darmanitan spread. I mean, maybe. I don't think it sounds that broken, to be honest. Play Cyclone or hold Cyclone? So I'm just thinking how much I need next turn. Because I can E-switch... Or can I make a Bouff? Bouff gets me to 29. They can reach 29. But they need to have another jungle and Moach and that. We think Punch Chill. Let's Punch Chill. The incentive for going Bouff here, like Cyclone, Owl, go double nest, Bouff, hold Ultra Ball, because then my 2 cards that I take from prizes plus card draw could then be my next Owl. Dengo with Poison? I've not even heard of Dengo with Poison. The only thing about this line is it makes it easier for him to carry this Terapagos now, and just a duh smacking is a bit easy for him. Whereas if I make him have Moach, Capsule, Stadium, it's a bit more reach required, right? For a deck that usually just uses Fez plus Carmine or something. And now my next turn is like pretty rough. No Fez. That's a surprise. Insert Azul Poison Package commercial here. Reason being is that you can KO with poison in a lot of situations. I mean, that's logical, but it does give you Pikachu KO potential. I don't know, it sounds kind of cope to me. Maybe I gotta see how intrusive the package truly is. The Owl off the Iona wasn't the thing I was concerned about. It's like how my turn maps out now, right? That's the real concern. I can 21 the Lati, I guess. 21. I suppose I got to draw with Fez first and see what's what. Fez and Mew, maybe. I think I just go Fez, Ultra Ball Bouff. And then I'm going to Cyclone this Owl for sure. I want to boss, so I need to E-switch. Yeah, I want to be tanky this turn, right? This is the turn to be tanky. Because then I can boss. No, I can't, because I only have one boss. Well, I guess I want to be tanky so I can punch and tank. I'm an idiot. That was meant to be Mew. I even said it was meant to be Mew. Yeah. And that's ruined everything. Good. Right. As predicted. That's completely fine, actually. That's what I wanted. What a melon. Oh, I also can't do E-switch shenanigans because I don't have the energy in hand because I had to... I really should have done the Mew there. I'm so silly. Oh, I can do it with E-switch plus Night Stretcher, right? Owl, E-switch, Night Stretcher, Ultra Ball Bouff. I'm at 29. but I'm spending boss. And I'm hoping to take boss from prize. 50-50. What a goober, man. Wait, I don't even have enough cards to do this, do I? So I guess I go crisp this turn, if I can't boss anyway. Because I can't go E-switch plus thingy plus thingy. Okay, I'm figuring it out now. I'm figuring it out after my huge mistake. So Owl goes down, I hold the hand actually, and I just make Nestball for another Bouff. Oh no, because the Hoot can't come down. Yeah, if the Hoot can't come down, it was never meant to be Nest either. I am completely throwing. Again. It's happening again. Yeah, I was probably meant to take a Brave to hand there, honestly. But now I just need to make a Bouff and go Owlless again. The only good news in this line of play is that they have to take Fez or Lati. And if they do that, I can, like, charm up the next one plus Iono next turn and punch and finish this. This is awkward, but, yeah. We can work with this. Okay, they're just hoping to hit it off Iono to 2. Plus I can bulk up the Lati now if I get it off Iono. Just gonna thin these cards, don't want to see them again. No Bravery Charm. They need to combo draw Boss Energy Arch. Or they need to get Energy Arch Mochi Jungle. Well, I guess that works. That was a little scuffed in there, but... I mean, top deck was good, but we probably should have hit something from the, I don't know, prizes. Let's have a look at the list, shall we? I haven't shown the list yet. This is the list. Oops. This is the list as of right now. Bennett's Pokemon, thanks for following. Appreciate you. This is the current list. Consideration cards. Vessel's kind of interesting, because Vessel E-Switch is a combination that can sometimes be nice. I think Penny's a consideration card. I think Blood Moon's a consideration card. What else? I mean, like, Research is obviously a consideration card as well. Jolly, you like Blood Moon? Why not Blood Moon? I mean, the only reason why not is that, like, yo, Pablo, you've only just started following me, what the heck? There ain't no way, bro. Hello? I thought we were friends. So the only reason, I mean, like, the reason to, it's not like a Blood Moon isn't good card. It's like, what do I cut for it is the first thing we need to figure out. Like, is it better than a 4 Vulturable just to play the game? You know? It's like, that's my first debate. I also like 2 Iono over the 1 Iono 1 Research, just so I can guarantee that Hand Disrupt, because this feels like it's a Hand Disruption deck. So playing like a limited number seems pretty dumb. Feels like you probably should be disrupting more than once with this build, you know? Gust Research. I don't know, like, I don't like Research in the Terabox deck either. Like, I kind of hate it. I play 1, but I really don't like it. Feel free to suggest cuts rather than saying Blood Moon's just... No, Blood Moon's dumb. Has anyone said anything? Cussing Mew's reasonable. The first game I played on stream, I had Blood Moon over Mew. But then I was like, oh, Turn 2 Judge Shenanz is interesting. I feel like 1 Iono 1 Judge could be good. Just for the owl mirrors. Like, trust me, I get the logic for Blood Moon, but like, need to figure out what to cut first. Gotta feel something post Mew. I hear you. Should we keep playing? The Mew's been okay though. Like, Mew's been good so far. It's not like Blood Moon won't be good. It's like, oh, I need to find something else to remove, not the Mew. Cut a Psychic, maybe? I mean, you could, but we also want attachments. A lot of the time, I'm, like, digging with Fez or Mew and hoping to draw energy cards just to fling them on stuff. I feel like I'm already pretty low. Like, a lot of this I've seen it already at 9, and I'm at 8. And I'm not playing Vessel. I don't know, it's close. Rescue board over Latty. You got Bouffs, though. You gotta retreat those big Bouffs. Cut the Bouffs? The whole point of the deck is the Bouffs. If you don't play Bouffs, you have a terrible Terabox matchup. The Bouffs are specifically to win Terabox, but also just happen to be, like, good into all sorts of other stuff as well. Like, I'm playing them so that I beat Terabox. Oh no, I prized Latty. I can't Ditto now. Rip. Oh, maybe I ditto and discard it. Yeah, I guess. Do we go Cornerstone early and grief him? I mean, why not, right? Second play list from Chicory Dim's Tawny had no Bouffs and was solid, but lost to Terabox. Ah. Oh. Ow. Ooh. You surprised me. In a shocking twist, the deck that has no win con into Terabox without it lost to Terabox. Jerry Boy, thanks for the follow. Like, if I wasn't playing Bouffs, I would just be playing Terabox, straight up. No Brock Scoutings in here, no. Dill Daddy's here, my guy. How do you get ideas for new cards and cubes? Your brain is too small to comprehend. Well, I mean, my ideas come from how the cube plays and feels and how I want to change it, right? It's like, I'm not spawning it out of thin air. Guys, I always forget the frickin'... I'm so tragic. Thank you, Destroyer. Playing Greninja this week, let's go. I mean, if you have minimal game knowledge, Bennett, just using PKMN cards and looking through the card pool is always a good thing to do. I've looked through the entire card pool of the Pokemon trading card game numerous times. So, yeah. It's long, it's arduous, but it's one of those things where if you go in with a mindset of exploration, it will be, and if you just do little bits a day rather than like, okay, I gotta start at 1 and end at set 100, let's look at 90,000 cards or however much it is. Like, if you just do a bit a day, like it's doing Duolingo or something, you'll you'll work your way through. I promise, if you commit like 10 days to it rather than scrolling Twitter or something, you'll be looking through the card pool in no time. Does the Bouff also win against Terabox or just make you so you don't lose? Yeah, so it's definitely a so we don't lose thing. It's like, oh, now we're annoying. We're out of range of Big Peak, and we don't get our owls railroaded immediately by the frickin' what's his name? The hoots don't get wrecked by Wellspring. Where do you attach Bravery Charm? Again, it's like, it's context dependent. Like in this case, I'm going to be swinging one onto my Ogerpon right now, quickly. While I boss a Duskull. Or am I just bossing Duskull and... Yeah, boss Cyclone probably better. Again, like, there's Guardy and there's Pult that are both going to try and set up math on you. So, taking those guys out... sorry, buffing up those guys is pretty good. 5-10 euro for Switch, including Mario Kart World. I mean, that's fairly reasonable. Sign of the times. I mean, Dean, I think Terapagos is probably the best deck in format, but if this is like a really high-profile, awkward matchup, it will definitely be a check to that deck. So we do have to be aware of that. Surprised not to see more complaints about the aggression of Water Ogerpon. I'm very happy this is a short format. Because... And I'm really happy we don't have this format for NAIC. We need bench protection in this game. Yo, they've got the Chi-Yu! Huge. Chi-Yu, you stink. What are my thoughts of Dengo Pult? I built it pretty early thinking it was real. But I've struggled with it. I think it could... I still get the logic. But I've always had weird conflicting hands with it. It feels like a not quite mesh right now. That's my honest thoughts. But if you're enjoying it, you crack on. What's the best deck against the Terapagos / Raging Bolt? I mean, there are so many decks that can punish Raging Bolt's approach. I feel like Terapagos is a harder one to counter because it is so versatile at how it takes its prizes. So that is definitely two different questions that we're trying to answer there. I think Monkey Door is pretty important. I feel like you need it against the Pult and the Guardies. If we just Trumpet KO the Charmander, they can't really do much. And then I should be able to find a way towards winning from there. Don't we think? The issue is... I can't boss the Fez if I do that. I'm really playing so freaking badly today. I'm not thinking about, like, the full extent of my turns. I need to Crispin Tickler Fairy now, I think. I'm playing so unbelievably badly. This is great. Imagine taking boss to hand and doing nothing with it. Couldn't be me. They go Candyzard, Iono to 2, and we just say, well, I hope it gets me there. Pretty cringe. We're not quite starting with Celia's list, no. A few different cards. Guardy does well if you're good with it. I don't know. I feel like I've had some complete dead-in-the-water hands with Guardy these days. Oh, he's in trouble. Why would they do that pre-Fez? All the Dengo games you've played end up winning with Dengo and barely using the Pult. I mean, that's fine too, right? The part of the Pult is just a bit of extra draw. There's nothing wrong with that. Trying to make gouging work. I wish you good fortune in the wars to come. Gouging plus poison package. Showing the boss to assert dominance, that's what it was. Tenno, IRL, and lost 3 in a row at a local tourney. Yeah. Black Belt lets you one-shot Dengo with Turtle. Yeah, that's very decent. Oscar's got the best Bouff list. Probably. There's nothing corny about showing up with Terapagos. Of course not. Oscar's already playing Volby Illumi's Quad Jet. Oh, Oscar. That's the most Oscar thing I've heard. Gigas. Guha? 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 He puts the mad in Oscar Madsen. What is that ban? You like it? I guess I put this guy down in case he just takes out Terapagos and I need the guy. Yeah. Good talk. I could have gone E-switch Rotom, but I want to keep the hand just in case I can get Ultra Ball. You've never heard anyone else do that specific sound other than yourself? Really? Welcome to my world. The only issue with me taking the 1 is that I get Iono to 1 less card. Like, I get Ultra Ball out. Sorry, I get Iono out of Ultra Ball range. Maybe I should go Fan Rotom there for that purpose. Like, maybe E-switch Fan Rotom was just right there anyway. But then I'm losing an energy, right? Because I don't have the Lati. Little Tone, thank you, thank you. E-switch to Pagos. I don't like that because I can easily get counter-captured or bossed, right? I feel like that's just saying boss me, boss me. I feel like it was only ever to Fan Rotom and retreat, but then I just have no like valid attacker still. You like the tanky decks? Is Genesect in this deck? No. I feel like it's not a high priority ball search. Like, our ball search openings are always the combination of Fan Rotom and Terapagos. And then, like, apart from that, it's Bouffs or Lati. Like, those are all cards that you have to search first. That makes me think, like, damn, we need to not have Genesect in here. Like, Trolley maybe, but, like... Salablanc is fine, like, everyone captained him. Like, who's not going to captain him? So many versions of the deck, it's hard to nail it down. I'm also not playing this well at all, so I'm not making it easy for you guys. I'm so used... So, here's my thing, like, because I'm converting from my Terabox, like, bank of knowledge, where my board is always, like... something they want to kill, then a Mew and a Fez. That I could sit with a Hootsuit in this spot and be like totally chill, but my board is just not the same. Like, I'm in top deck mode now, and it's like, how did this happen? It's like, oops, I've just sleptwalked into an L. Yo, that wrecks me. What the? Nah. The late hero's cape. I need a hero. I really need a freaking hero off this. Holy. Boss doesn't even win me the game. I've sleptwalked into a bunch of losses this game because I'm just not playing properly. The Cyclone is to reuse Hoots, yeah. My brain just isn't working with this deck. I need to reevaluate my life choices with this deck, pretty sure. We had that horrendous Noctowl where I took a boss and didn't do anything with it. That was a fun time. Man, interesting. I need to wake the heck up. I've been saying I'm misplaying every single game now. Ugh. Let's try and have a game where I'm not capping. That's a good goal, right? Boss was game. Tell me how, Lida. I was because I did have Area Zero and enough men. Yeah, fine. Yes. I would have seen it if I'd hit it. Certainly. I cuppered. Thanks so much for the follow. Fell story, I mean, it's always context dependent on matchup and hand, right? I can only ever explain this as context drives everything. Yeah, I'm the same, Lida. It's a shame because Terapagos is so much cooler, and this is just like a loser deck. This one's for the losers. Any losers in chat? Seems like a good way to win. Those are some hilarious games with Terapagos where you look at your hand and you're like, I shouldn't be allowed to do this turn, but I guess I am. We can look at the City League lists of this, because there is a lot of, like, people are saying in chat how much variation's in the list, and I completely agree. After this game, should we have a quick Pokeca book break and look at the most played winningest Japanese 60s of this? I feel like that's interesting, because people are discussing all the ace specs and all this other stuff. We can have a look at the data. What are my thoughts on FutureBox? I'm still not that blown away by it, to be honest. Batons are good, but that's about the extent of my caring. I can make myself chunky, at least. If nothing else, we'll have our chunkiness. We'll always have our chonk. Trip, how's it going? Beat 3 bolts in Swiss. Any tabletop coming soon to the channel? It may sound crazy, but we're already working on the Destined Rivals stuff. Jack's doing a lot of the background prep for that, so they can be lovely and well edited and actually on time this time, because we were like last to the dinner table for the previous... Oh, that's pretty nasty. And like the views are still really good on those videos because they're well done and people like them and stuff like that. But if we have that level of quality whilst being first, oh baby, we're in business. So yeah, we're working on the Destined Rival stuff even earlier than before. And that's really exciting. And that means we're playing tabletop, which was the end of that sentence. Let's make another big turtle. Yes, Destined Rivals is also going to be an even more important set. That's another important thing to note as well. Good points, good points. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So we're at 21. Kind of like the idea of putting Squawk down to 150 as well, honestly. I can do it later. I'll just do this. Ah, you're trying the tanky Archaladon. Yes, yes. I feel like a lot of people, like, for Atlanta, it feels like counter Terabox is the rhetoric. So I do think we're going to see some things that Pikachu can't bop. And I think that's a good shout. My guide was better than the one you paid money for, and you got it for free on YouTube. That is basically my goal, to always provide free content. So I'm happy that it was valuable to you. That's a pretty big pult. Even though I'm misplaying every time on stream, trust me, I can play this game adequately when I'm given enough time on a deck. Notice I didn't say well, I said adequately. You can take my word for it. What a turn. What's his scheme this time? Make another bridge. What are our worst matchups? Honestly, I'm learning the deck today for the first time, so I don't have much authority. List with Max Rod, interesting. What's the logic in holding Lati as long as I have? Just to avoid Gust, easy prizes for them. I don't want to give them the easy prizes. That's all it is. Might have to for damage now, though. Ah, but the Bravery Charm's nice. It also gives him Scizor damage, right? Which is probably not going to be a big problem, but I need to be aware of it. That went pretty well. Yeah, pretty good Iona for us, to be honest. The gear whiff. The stadium. I know. I don't fear it too much. It was the previous turns where I cared that much. Like, I still need to be aware of them playing more stadium, right? This is only their second stadium. I want this last 0 to, like... When I play this Owl is when I have to play the 0 down. I didn't want to play it preemptively, even if it gave him Lati Gust. Because he can already, like... Last turn, he wants to Gust anything that's not Terapagos anyway, because any 1 prize is fine anyway. So, like, 1 prize and 2 prizes are kind of the same in that exact last turn. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't make sense, but... I need to check his discard. He's down 1 Scizor. He's down 2 Dubwool, so I guess it's this. Can I win this turn? Thinking about second Monkey Dory coming down. No, I can't. But I'm at 150 next turn if I Bravery Charm up. Effectively. I always want another Terror down. And then it's just me Boscoing Squawk, I suppose. Scott, that's like a really specific like list thing, right? I don't know if you can make that call. Saying they don't play 1 or 2 unless they do is like kind of a non-sentence as well, right? I haven't seen them do it, apart from the ones that do. I don't know. Maybe there is a difference in that they still had doubles they could potentially draw and do stuff with, and the 2 prizes that turn let them gust win this turn. Maybe it was right to play it. The bigger logic was just that I wanted to only put it down when I was putting down all the other stuff. And if he had that 3rd stadium, I really didn't want to see myself in a position where I had to remove a floated hoot. Have I given Blissey a go? I did in IRL more than on live so far. What's my opinion on it? I think Gator's slightly better, but I do like it a bit more than Wallstall in that it's more flexible that way. So, like, I prefer it to Wallstall. I don't like it as much as Gator, is my long story short. Killer, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. My Gator list is still the exact same as the Champs League. I can't remember my Blissey list. It's probably based on the Champs League as well, to be honest. Like, we really don't have to reinvent the wheel too much, guys. Always let those be the starting points. They're proven. Gabriel Fernandez's Quad Klefki Pult list with Call Bell. No, but I think Quad Klefki is a bit of a hack right now for how many people are going to play Fan Call. Like, Klefki is really freaking good right now. And the logic to play Quad is that you want to go second with Pult, and every other deck is opting first, so when you do go second anyway, you at least have that high odds of Clef. I see the logic for sure. Call Bell is something new, though. Watched my Terrabox last night, not gonna lie, it was validating seeing how cooked I was by the end of the stream. Yeah. I mean, okay, this is the test right here, guys. This is the one. This is the test. This is it. Terrabox is really freaking hard to play. I'm doing it this way because I want to owl out Poffin next turn, I think. Also, you do have to remember there's still an element of, like, I'm distracted on stream. I've got music playing, I'm looking at chat, I'm looking at other screens. So the amount of head scratch is elevated to when I'm just focusing purely on the game. Only problem is if they hit the nuts and Wellspring. Am I really playing around them turn 1 having Crystal Crispin? I don't think I am. I guess it's also Crispin, Ogi, E-Switch. The excuses are crazy. You try it, Destroyer Bib. What makes me think I'll have an owl? I don't know, maybe I'm being greedy here in that I get punished by too much stuff. It's me trying to greed out a Poffin. Maybe I'm wrong for it. Honestly, maybe I should just Ultra Ball away Pagos under depths. Am I just compiling errors right now? Could be. I guess I get punished by Energy Boss too, but yeah, there probably was more things I get punished by here, honestly. I'm going to E-Switch Boss KO this, probably. So I need to still prep for that. Just take the one with Fan Rotor, make him spend Boss. Looking back, it was just a mistake to not have access to 2 jewels anyway last turn. Like, yeah, just take last turn as a joke. As a really funny joke. Paldean Tauros. Oh yeah, I forgot. We were meant to look at the Pokeka lists. We'll do that after this game. Yo, how's it going, P-Roy? I'm not bad, Paul. How are you? I'm once again feeling like a moron. Every time I just pick up a deck for the first time, again, I'm just like, damn. It plays so different. Like, it's the same cards, and yet it plays so differently to, like, Terabox, and it plays so differently to, like, Bolt. Even though these are all Noctowl engines, they're all just, like, so incredibly different from one another. It's really interesting. Ditto's in, don't you worry. Ditto's in. Ditto's a good chap. Mama Swine sucks. I guessed that, actually. I thought that all on my own. You think I build Pagos and Punch there? Maybe that's better. Yeah, see, like, I'm still not, even's pretty decent here. It's just such a ball ache for them to commit a 2-prizer to the active to deal with this Fan Rotom, because their Fan Rotom can't KORs. It's such a silly thing. That they have to commit a real attacker to this card every time. Playing Terabox with very lackluster results on ladder. GP, honestly, that's just a deck that you probably need 20 games to even let your brain click into gear with the deck. So don't worry about results. Just let it be your learning period. Yeah, Lila, definitely. Just don't go 8 bench. Yes. 16 bench plus the 20 base. Pow. Pow pow. Bouff is all the rage, yeah. I feel like the Iona hand was wrong looking at this now, but... What I want Dust Noir. I can see Dust Noir coming back into this deck. It lets you do so much funky stuff. Honestly, the fact that he Ionos me here is so fucking good, because I misplayed my own Jewel Seeker. It's so embarrassing. Owning me, I Jewel Seeker wrong. It's so dumb. Please Iono me, I Jewel Seeker wrong. Thank you very much. Chacho, or Cacho, how's it going from Texas? Welcome in. Redo. I could see Unfair Stamp in here for sure, yeah. I played this against Pult. How did it feel? I played against Pult. Obviously, you have the Leeds Clefairy in the deck as well. So I have played against Pult, and honestly, it was one of my... It was the one game I had before I went live today. And it played pretty smooth. Okay, we get the redo. You'll love to see it. We have achieved the redo. They've managed to deal 90 damage to our boy. Stamp into Oblivion is definitely a fear I have. It's just not easy. If only he played Zarude in his deck lighter. Ah, yes. The Zarude, of course. They all come crawling back to Zarude. Soda, so far I've only played with the Cyclone. Is Cornerstone only for wall count, or do you use it to wall as well sometimes? It's a multifaceted card. We used it against the Zard, remember? That matchup that I lost. Because they had a Chi-Yu! They came ready! They were prepped. After this game, we're looking at the City League data. Let me get that prepped, actually. Oh, I hit the wrong date range, of course. There's always the panic sob. We'll always have sob. Even I can't mess this matchup up. Crazy. Yo, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Right, should we have a look at the City League data? It's just doing the reports. So the skeleton is only 54 cards, which tells us people are not able to agree on the right list. Athic, thanks for following. What is this magical tool? I'm keeping my secrets because I need people to click on my YouTube channel. Japan does like the Crown Opal attack. Almost 60% of them are using the Crown Opal attack. But as you can see, in the skeleton, there is no ace spec. Because we don't know what's best. To be fair, most are playing Blood Moon, so maybe that's something I should be playing. Because they're all playing Crown Opal, they normally just play one Psychic. What do they basically all agree on? They agree on Ultra Ball's Double Night Stretcher. All of these counts we were playing, right? It's 3 Turtle, 3-0, 2 Crisp, 4 Owl Fez, 1 Trumpet, 1 Poffin, 4 Owl. So I wasn't playing Vessel, and I can really see that I should probably be playing Vessel in my deck. 1 Research, yeah, fine. I could easily see myself play it. 1 Bravery Charm, yeah, the 2 is kind of a comfy number, but if you play 2, you can always make sure you do it against Terra Box. And it's always, like, pretty decent against the Pult as well. So, like, it's a card that's probably worth 2 of just because of how good it is against the 2 best decks. Monkeys between 1 and 2, much more often 2. Again, it's really good against Pult. It's really good against Guardy. Countcatch is pretty frequent. Blood Moon, Turo, and then Lily's Clefairy is also, like, frequent. So let's have a look at the... So these are all cards that are sub 50%. So they're in less than half of the lists, but they're all consideration cards, right? So the ace specs, 34% are playing Prime. 27% are playing Cyclone. 20% are playing the Belt. 10% are playing Crystal. And there's also 13% playing Ogre. So, like, those probably are hand in hand. It's like, if you want to have a little bit of Springer's Sprung in your deck, go for it. Surprisingly, there's a decent amount of Brock scouting. You have to remember, there wasn't many results. There was only... This is like a late-comer to their City Leagues. I can actually expand the search, actually. Can I go back further? Let's try this, actually. Let me get a bit more data involved. This is going to skew all the stuff we've just looked at. But this was a late-comer to their City Leagues already, so... Did it change at all? It's still loading. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so a few more lists has pulled through now. Oh, and the variation's gone up. The variation's even higher. That's crazy. There's only 50 cards people agree on now. What the heck? So I'm playing an extra Ultra Ball than most. You have to play 4 Noctowl. The 3 here is cap. We know that, right? The energy split is all weird because of the thingy. Okay, the percentages are still pretty similar. Prime at 37%, Cyclone at 22%, Max Belt at 22%. So what math is Max Belt fixing? It gets Turtle to 27, right? Oh, sorry, 29? 29 is a pretty decent number. 320 with Monk, that's true. I do like the black belt idea from whoever said that in the chat, but that has to work. You have to do some like you have to have already prepped Crispins and have E-Switch at the ready. It's so weird that E-Switch isn't even core and it's only in 42% of the decks, because I'm playing 2. Maybe I could just play 1 though, but they feel pretty good. The Cornerstone's not in every deck, so that's something, but I feel like we should respect it right now just for the climate that we're in. One switch is interesting. I don't like that too much. Jets are interesting. 2 jet energies. So jet versus... I guess if you just have a lot of basic energy in your deck, you don't need the Lati. Like, Lati's only in 25% of the lists. What if we do just go quad jet and say that we're playing a bunch of energy now? But that many jet is still so weird, right? I can see Prime Catcher 2 jets and, like... It feels so weird. 4 jet. I do need to look at that. No, yeah, I can see Lati being a big liability, honestly. Croc-lock. Croc-a-lock-a-lock-a-lock. I need to look at Oscar's list. Is it on Twitter? Because this deck definitely wants to be like, I'm a turtle that you can't crack. Okay, cool. I'll look at his list after this as well. What are some of the takeaways? Like, the Wet Ogre package isn't that popular. There's random stuff like a Charizard. Like, maybe there's encroachment on Charizard here. Someone played Bouff in a Charizard Terapagos. Hello. I feel like the stuff under 10% we can more or less ignore. Like, I played the Mew, but I don't think we need the Mew. Again, it's like a... error of judgment. Tenacity I don't like. Briar... Context dependent on the format. Let me quickly get Oscar's list just to look at it, because he is a very good deck builder. He does like overcook a lot, but I do think he also produces pretty like really solid concepts. Interesting. So he's having... Okay, let's have a look at this list. This is his Twitter. This is Oscar Madsen, very prominent European player. You can just about see the hang on, let me make it so you can... Oh, no, I can't do it. Can I? Please? So what's he said? Volby Illumise helps set up going first and can disrupt when going second. Iron Leaves Scramble Switch Gigas. Or for an early Blood Moon. Clefairy is our new Palkia. It's fun to cook with bugs again. Also tried Pearls and Genesect. So double trumpet's interesting. Like, I do like the idea of more trumpet, because then you're less reliant on Crispin, which is a big deal. Quad Iono is really interesting. I like the idea of, similar to Terabox, having Leaves and Clefairy that can both just KO Zard and Pult, some of our biggest stuff in the format. Because it does feel like you're kind of going to shrug into them sometimes. Like, obviously, Cornerstone can be good into Charizard. So I like that. So no Monkey Dory is kind of the interesting thing. Like, what are our workarounds for Pikachu in this instance is, like, the first concern. Or do we say, like... Oh, also, yeah, there's no Bravery Charm. We've got to fit Bravery Charm in here, right? Oh, and this is no Bouff. Yeah, okay. This is just a different deck. How's it taking me this long to realize it's just a different deck? I feel like Gigas is kind of cope. We're going to cut Scramble Switch Gigas, like, for sure. I know that much already. Like, that's space, for sure. Trumpet, just a turtle attack is pretty good, though. Like, I want to take the double trumpet idea. I like the quad jet. May not even be the bugs. Like, I think the bugs may be also a little bit haha. But at the end of the day, we're gaining more Poffins, which is good. Cut bugs, cut Poffin. Oscar posted a Bouff list as well. Ah, okay. Yeah, I feel like Bouff Charm surely has to be something we think about. Honestly, we do need a Pikachu answer though, right? Or do we say that Big Terapagos is so annoying that we can afford to, like, punch with a fan or punch with something else? Vengeful punch. But Pikachu's still doing its 2 for 2 in that instance. Hawlucha. Hawlucha's so weird. We have to do the prep on Hawlucha. Or do it afterwards. No room for monkeys in Quad Jet. 11 energy in this list. We could definitely play 1 monkey, 2 dark, right? It's like the package is like 1 monkey, 2 dark, and an E-switch is like the minimum package because we already have Crispin. And then we set like monkey dark just for that, and then it also comes up in other situations is fine. I do think we should be leaning more into Trumpet though. Trumpet lets us research and lets us Iono. And I feel like we need to do that a lot more often in this deck. Because it's not like Terabox that can just rely on Fez and Mew to keep you topped up. I feel like I'm constantly having to find my next Ultra Ball with Jewel Seeker because I've run out of stuff. So actually playing Draw Supporters seems massive. So like Trumpet plus Draw Supporter feels way better than me going Crispin plus Ultra Ball. Because then I run out of Owls. This way is like, I've still got plenty left. The fundamental, like, you don't need Lati, and you get the type coverage is interesting, though. I definitely like that concept. The 4 Terra, the Leaves, the Clefairy stay. Because that was what... I mean, I remember doing that with Palkia back in the day. I mean, he's literally calling it Palk in his thing. Let me try and build, like, a mash, shall I? Let me do this. Okay. So cards we're cutting. We're cutting Lati because we're going quad jet. We're cutting the Mew EX because we're playing a difficult to play around like board. We start with 2/2/2 on those energies, and then we also play grass at 3. Hello? Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a lot of energy, huh? We'll play 1 energy switch. We'll go 2 trumpets. His list plays no Night Stretcher. What the heck? Is he high? I still like Turo. I still like Cyclone. Although I could make a space by turning Cyclone into Prime and cutting counter. Leaves is far less... Maybe Leaves is like the card that I don't need. Like the Leaves Giga Scramble Switch package is kind of just like whatever. Maybe I say Cornerstone is enough for Zard. And we do it like this way. This is more just like a, oh, I've just cut Lati now. But I'm playing a boatload of energies. I'm playing 10 energy. I need to play a Vessel. Or maybe it's something just between this, where I play just like... you still need maximum jet, though, that's the thing. Just don't prize Monkey, forehead. Just don't prize Bouff, forehead. Nah, I don't like that. He wasn't playing Ditto. I guess because he's trying to Volbeat Illimize stuff instead. He's obsessed by Volbeat Illimize. I also don't have enough supporters in the deck. Like, let's look at chat for a minute. I've not been listening to your recommendations. Big Boss Enjoyer. Hey, Luke. Should play against Azul? No, I'm wrapping up. Also, I'm playing so bad today, I don't even want to entertain that idea. Where have you sent me those messages? Oh, you sent on Discord. So Cyrus's list is a no jet approach. Okay, so both Bouff lists are not playing the Jets. The thing is, Rescue Board really isn't a replacement because your Bouff gets trapped. Thinking. Maybe I still want the board just so I can have a searchable piv. And then you just play 3 jet 2/2/2. It's going to be so cap when you don't... Alright. We're going back down to earth, people. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy with 2 jets. And then we have board, we have Turo, we have Cyclone, we have double crisp and 2 jet. That's like a lot. The double trumpet's the next thing I want to think about, right? So the double trumpet idea in part was to support the leaves and the random E-switch stuff. So maybe I can definitely get away with going down to 1 trump. Space is appearing, folks. I'm also going to get out of this horrible deck builder soon when I'm like happy with where it looks. I think I still want 2 monkey though. I'm still light on supporters. I still want to have... I think the 1 research is probably just like still good. 2 Iona, 1 research, or like... So, how are these lists looking for supporters? Okay, they're both playing the 2 and the 1. Brock scouting in here, really? Like, that sounds cringe. Why is everyone playing 3 Ultra Ball? Ultra Ball's GOAT, you know that, right? Ultra Ball is GOAT. Although I'm looking at 61 cards and thinking, well, what if I just cut an Ultra Ball and I'm at 60? Do I like Ditto less when I don't have Lati? Because Ditto... Like, now I have 6, 7 bad leads. Or, like, my leads are just so much worse. Like, I need to open hand, board or double jet. So maybe Ditto is just weaker now. Like, surely Ditto's weaker than Ultra Ball here. Ditto's probably weaker than a Poffin, either way, at this stage. I need to crisp him more often than not, so change the aspect to stamp. Interesting. The 1 E-switch is also, like, hurting my little brain right now. Like, is 1 fine? 1's probably fine, but... It's probably Dit, honestly. I've done this cut before, and I felt like a silly goober, though. But when you don't play Lati, surely that card is just, like, weak. Alright, let's look at this list as it's... as a working Latiasless draft. What do we like and not like about this? Do we like 4th Ultra above 2nd Poffin is one question. And is there any glaring like, oh, Joe, you idiot, you forgot this? One Night Stretch is also kind of tilting me. I feel like I should play 2, because they're just so freaking good. Should I be more of a man and just play 1 monkey? I'm only playing 1 E-Switch, so like maybe just 1 monkey. 2nd Stretcher for monkey, maybe? Or 2nd Poffin for monkey? I feel like the 3 Bouff 2 Charm are so core to beating Terabox that you can't really cut them. And then there's the small question of, like, is a 2nd Poffin better than a Research? Which sounds so silly, but is, like, always a consideration I have just for, like, me opting to go first. And even going second, wanting to... Like, if I go second into Terabox, and I want my fan call to always get me Bouffs, I really want Poffins in my hand. Jonathan, this is limitlesstcg.com. Cut monkey for board or 2nd Stretcher? You want 2nd board? So the reason we cut Ditto is because we're not on Lati anymore, right? So your turn 1 hand has to have Jet or board. Would I ever play Stamp over Cyclone? I mean, I'd definitely consider it. 100% consider it. I'm considering all the A-specs. Like, I'm considering Cyclone, I'm considering Stamp, and I'm considering Max Belts. All of them are in my... Oh, you don't want board at all? I don't know. I kind of like dual seeking for board plus whatever. Like, I don't want to have to dual seek for Cyclone and waste it. Board sucks, says CDO's Network. 4th Ultra is the first thing you added. Yeah, you were kind of crazy with that one, bro. Kind of dumb. I'm joking. No Lati, I don't think I can resub next month. I mean, that's the whole point of what the list we're looking at right now is trying to play a Latias-less list. All of tonight I've been playing it with Lati, and it's like, it just opens the door for the opponent to still have a good turn into you, even when you've built your wall. I want there to be no good turn for the opponent once I've built my big man. Second Trumpet overboard. Lida, the only thing is, right, is that it's exactly a... I've gone... It's like a... It's exactly a turn 2 dual seek card. Like, whatever goober you had that isn't... Like, if you didn't start Terapagos or Bouff, you can always dual seek into the guy. I'm never playing 3-3 Owl. I'm always playing 4-4 Mark. We're never cutting those cards. 1 monkey, I can agree. Cutting owls is like crime. We go up, not down in owls these days. Any instance where removing your own area 0 would be needed? It's an interesting thought experiment. Could try a... Just for like a healing approach. Like a different stadium, but I don't know what that would be anyway. Try Stamp with a switch and a penny. Yeah, I mean, the Jet Energy idea from Oscar was really just to incorporate the freaking bugs. So maybe the Jet Energy idea is the thing that's like cope. But the plan is hatched from me wanting to not have to Lati, but the issue is, like, this deck doesn't draw any freaking cards at all. Like, it literally draws for turn. That's its draw engine. So, like, me playing 2 Jet Energy might just be complete cap anyway. Maybe Lati is the necessary evil. I don't know, this doesn't look much better than what I was playing. Lively stadium. Get the crowd going. There are definitely going to be trade-offs here. Spore Punch, 3 Bouff seems like a lot. I mean, we need 2 down. So if you play 2 and prize 1, then we have no win con into Terabox. And you're going to put 2 down against everything, right? And part of the reason you play 3 is so that you can fan call just for one of them, because you just have the other one in hand. Maybe just best to play the Lati and only put it down when we have to. The thing is, I feel like I have to put it down turn 2 all the time. Like, I'm nest balling Lati all the freaking time. The only upside of Lati being a mon is that it's also damage towards beatdown, right? So maybe Lati's right. Let's go back to my other 60. Let's export this and see what I'm doing wrong in this list as well. So this is what we're playing for most of the nights. With Lati back, Ditto comes back, for sure. The main things of this list is that I should be playing Vessel. And I probably should be playing Blood Moon. Do we think Blood Moon is must? Do we think it's mustard? Betrayed that Celio's real name isn't Celio. 180 hit point Hoot. I think whenever you play Poffin in your list, you can't really play the 80, but maybe you still can. I'm kind of down, Tom. It's not the worst. E-switch for Vessel, yeah, I'm thinking that. Mew for Blood Moon. Yeah, like, maybe we don't need the Mew. Like, that was something we used a bit tonight, but not like a crazy amount. I think those are the 2 changes, though, that you said, Lida. Vessel has to come in, and yeah, probably Mew for Moon. It's funny, I started the night with Moon, played 1 game, and was like, I want a Mew in here, because I'm so, like, programmed for Terabox. I don't know, I was dual seeking for E-switch a lot, so it's gonna feel really important when I cut to 1. But then again, half the times I didn't have freaking energy in hand, so... Also, the last debate is like, do I ever want to research over a Ultra? I don't know. No, Ditto's not just for best of 1 things. It's still a hand fixer for sure. Alright, we'll try this. I think 1 game, then I'm going to head off to bed, I think. Lively Stadium. Sure is funny. Thanks for those helping sending me lists, by the way. Appreciate you helping out. Let's go, big turtle. Deciding on which which Mon to start with. I mean, I easily could have gone Monkey there as well. I know that I wanted Terra down was like my first logic, and I didn't know if I wanted Monkey down. Plus, I wanted an easy Ultra Ball was the reason why I did it this time, like why I started Terapagos, because I knew I wanted to Ultra Ball Fan Rotom, and I knew I needed Terapagos as part of my combo anyway. So if I put the Monkey active, I have to then discard, like, Countercatch Affairs, and that terrifies me. The session sure will be on YouTube tomorrow. It surely will. Mirror's gonna be so freaking boring. It is looking like a Bouff angle. They turn to Gust KO Hoots with Terapagos. I can always Unified Beatdown with Fez draw, that I'm putting Fez down. But if I don't do this, he can just fill his bench and Pagos my Pagos, and I can't knocked out anyway. Guess we just have to make him boss take the 1. It feels really bad, though. Whew. I can't beat down, as you know. Forcing myself down to Fez is a bit scuffed, but we'll see. See how it goes. Going second in mirror is always a bit... Keep the catcher, throw the Noctowl. That's kind of hype. Jesus, their hand was good. Prioritize hooks or boofs. Again, Alex, it's not one of those like... It's I hate repeating myself, but it's always context, right? It's like... I can't say it any other way. I went boofs this way round so my Pagos would live. Because I couldn't move him. A little surprised by the punch, to be honest. Me prizing my Poffin is really sad here. I think I just have to punch him, which is the saddest part. This is like a let's see what's in your hand, buddy kind of move. I should have hit for 15 there as well. It's fine. He can't Monkey Dory. Unless he Turos. I should have done it though just because I need to find more Mons now. Yeah, I should have put that down anyway. My mistake. 15. It's a pretty good draw. I'm definitely putting both of these down. Ah, this opens up Clefairy, doesn't it? Ah, but he can't Clefairy and Noctowl. Yes. This has got all sorts of scuffed written all over it, you know that. When we get the set review, we're not doing a set review this time around. Yeah, it kind of just like, it's been and gone now. I feel like everyone's like moved on from us just giving cards ratings. But don't worry, we're working really hard for the next one. How's Gator feeling? Gator's pretty decent. I've had some decent fun with Gator so far. It can be mugged off at times, but... Okay. I feel like we're in pretty good shape here. The only thing is I can't Turo to boss. Like I can't boss him. I still need to punch him. Running Gator for Utrecht. Yeah, I think you can be confident that it's like fairly meta-proof because it's much more meta-proof than the other Wallstall decks. So if you just know the right angles to attack each deck with, be it trapping, be it the right wall, or knowing when to like monkey and just start trying to race with the torrential wave or whatever it is. Like, that's the nuance. Was it worth resetting a Noctowl with Turo that turn? Did I not support it last turn? Yeah, you're right, I didn't. I should have done. Where does this damage go? Like here, maybe? Hmm. Milotic or not? I'm pretty anti-milotic right now in Gator. I like the space that you can gain back. I prefer this list to the ones most others are running on Limitless. We've been debating it a bit, to be honest with you. I've not got a set 60 that I'm like, yes, this is the one. That's kind of my issue right now. Is that I'm kind of debating between a couple. I don't really care. Like, he can't really afford to remove his Fez, right? He has no card draw, so if he removes it, that's, like, still fine for me. He probably just gets rid of... Well, maybe not even the owl, because it has an energy on it. I don't know what he gets rid of here. If it's Fez, that's, like, fine, right? The list... I can show the list just before I go as well, don't worry. I will show the list one more time before I head. Blood Moon is in. Vessel is in. That's where we're at. Toro plus Ace is our current sob answers, yeah. Blood Moon was definitely a card I wanted to fit in. I just had to figure out what to get rid of. We cut the Mew EX for Blood Moon. Seasoned skill go brrr. So true. Broken cards are broken. Think less, etc. What a funny mirror. We both punched each other's turtles, and even with all the healing cards we have, because we both spent so many Jewel Seekers, we couldn't do anything cool, and we just slowly punched each other. We had a pillow fight. So silly. We were looking at the City League lists, yeah. Looks like we'll try and get there tomorrow, shall we? Ooh, a free Iono. Don't mind if I do. Right, let's have a look at the list one more time before we head, shall we? It's not too far away from where we started, to be fair. I didn't try any other A-spec before you ask. Yes, I'm considering all of them. I just need to have a full think tank on the best one. Or ones. The only really important things that I care about is that you definitely have to play 4 Ultra Ball, and I'm seeing a lot of lists that only play 3, and that terrifies me. The amount of times I've had to freaking Jewel Seek for Ultra Ball tells me we should be playing 4 Ultra Ball, because it's also goated in the opening hand. Blood Moon's back in mostly by popular demand rather than us like having to use it all the time, but he will make things easier with Jewel Seeker. Like, very often it will just be like oh, Noctowl gets like Stretcher boss or Nest boss, and it's just game. You know, like, so he does just open up a lot of avenues. So I know why he's here. I think from this list, the floating cards are like, maybe you can go to one Monkey. And I don't know, man. I think 2 Night Stretcher is still really freaking good, but I think you could go to 1 Night Stretcher, maybe to 1 Bravery Charm, if we needed spaces. But I think 2 Night Stretcher is also just, like, so insane. The only time it doesn't feel insane is against other Area Zero decks, where it just feels okay. But, why not 3 Crispies? So Crispin's an interesting card. It makes the... Like, a 3rd Crispin would make the Cyclone feel more broken, because you can just go Cyclone Crisp again. There's a lot of situations where just us being punched and absorbing that hit is good enough anyway. I feel like we could play 3 Crispin, though. Research is interesting as well. Like, again, I don't value it as much as just an Ultra Ball or maybe even another Poffin, to be honest. Now that we play the Vessel, maybe we could cut an extra energy. We could go down to 7. We just find ourselves dual seeking for energy, that small percentage more. And that's your research space, or that's your 2nd Poffin space, or whatever. Or the 3rd Crispin. Like, what else are we yearning for? Is there much we're yearning for? Research definitely reasonable. I don't know. I'm sleepy. I've got to think on it. Got to sleep on it. Right, let's go raid someone, shall we? Thanks for hanging out there, guys. Let's go raid Sunny TCG, shall we? Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you... What day is it tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday? Probably see you tomorrow. Cool. Alright, take care, everyone.
And sure, I'll understand then. 'Cause, why not? Yo, Team Omnipoke.